1969, he implemented a policy to the Vietnamization. His idea was to gradually withdraw American troops from Vietnam while strengthening South Vietnam's defense.
By the end of the year, over 60,000 men had been withdrawn. While this policy did help ease the intensity of anti-war demonstrations on the home front, many argue it failed to sufficiently prepare the South Vietnamese military for independent combat, leaving them vulnerable to advancing North Vietnamese forces.
On November 3, 1969, President Richard Nixon addressed the nation in a televised speech that would be known as the Silent Majority Speech. Seeking to rally public support, he called for a national unity while outlining the strategy of gradually withdrawing American troops from Vietnam and helping strengthen the South.
He assured the public that the goal of Vietnamization was to, quote, help them fight the war but not fight the war for them. Within his speech, Nixon distinguished his supporters from anti-war protesters, referring to them as a silent majority. He believed that these people backed his policies but did not actively voice their opinions about it.
The speech had an immediate impact. Public opinion polls following the address showed that 77% of respondents approved of his plan. This played a crucial role in the Nixon re-election as he successfully positioned himself as the voice of the silent majority.
It's worth noting that Nixon's approach to the war wasn't limited to Vietnamization. Since 1965, the U.S. had been conducting bombing campaigns in Cambodia and Laos. Nixon had ordered troops to invade these countries to target enemy bases along the Ho Chi Minh Trail. By targeting the Ho Chi Minh Trail, the U.S. was able to disrupt North Vietnamese supply lines, stealing the movement of troops and weapons into South Vietnam. This weakened the enemy's ability to launch large-scale attacks and bought time for the South Vietnamese military.
Several significant bombing missions were ordered: Operation Barrel Roll, Operation Rolling Thunder, and Operation Steel Tiger. These missions bombed areas in Vietnam as well as neighboring countries.
From 1964 to 1973, Operation Barrel Roll focused on the bombing of Laos, which dropped over 2 million tons of bombs. Between 1965 and 1968, Operation Rolling Thunder aimed to weaken the North Vietnamese by repeatedly striking supply depots and military bases. Then Operation Steel Tiger, which was also from 1965 to 68, focused on bombing the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Meanwhile, the North Vietnamese, under the leadership of Ho Chi Minh, remained committed to reunifying the country under communist rule. They viewed the war as a continuation of their long struggle against foreign obstacles, first against the French and then against the United States. The North received significant aid from the Soviet Union and China, which helped sustain their war efforts despite heavy bombing from the U.S. Soviets.
The Viet Cong played a crucial role in undermining the South Vietnamese government. Utilizing guerrilla war tactics, they carried out ambushes, assassinations, and sabotage missions. The North Vietnamese also conducted major offensives, including the previous 1968 Tet Offensive, which, while a military loss for them, was a psychological victory that shifted American public opinion against the war.
As Nixon expanded the war, public outrage in the United States grew. Many Americans saw the invasion as a betrayal of Nixon's earlier promise to de-escalate. On May 4th, 1970, tensions over the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War reached its limit at Kent State University in Ohio. A student-led demonstration protesting Nixon's decision to expand the war into Cambodia resulted in the Ohio National Guard opening fire on the unarmed protesters, killing 4 students.
The response to this was immediate as nationwide student strike was started, forcing hundreds of colleges and universities to close. The events at Kent State further ruined the public's trust in Nixon's administration and intensified calls for an end of the war.
Following this, the war continued to lose support and Nixon soon faced another crisis, the Watergate scandal, which involved Nixon covering up and lying about a break-in at headquarters of the Democratic National Committee. With this war already facing widespread oppression, this further impacted the U.S.'s ability to support the South Vietnam due to its consuming much of Nixon's attention and worsening the public's distrust of his administration.
On January 27, 1973, the U.S., North Vietnam, South Vietnam, and Viet Cong signed the Paris Peace Accords, aiming to establish a ceasefire and facilitate the withdrawal of American troops. However, despite the treaty, tensions remained high, and fighting again fighting between North and South Vietnam soon resumed.
On April 30th, 1975, the North Vietnamese launched their final offensive and took over Saigon, successfully conquering southern Vietnam. The fall of Saigon led to thousands seeking refuge in the U.S. and other countries. Meanwhile, the U.S. faced criticism for its handling of the evacuation, as many South Vietnamese allies were left behind.
For the North, this victory was seen as unification of the country, while for the South, its supporters, it marked a devastating defeat. And just like that, on July 2nd, 1976, North and South Vietnam were officially unified, becoming the Socialist Republic of Vietnam under a communist government. That's all for tonight on 8 Push News. Thank you for tuning in.